Our Do-It-Yourself Week continues today with a lesson in making our own wreaths. Canadian Tire's style and design expert Tracy Platts is back with 2 unique designs to show off, along with some simple front door decor tips. It's great to have you back.
Thank you. Good morning.
I want to start with this traditional hanger.
Yes.
And how you can kind of make it your own.
So the thing I love about Christmas wreaths is you can really take them and make them part of your decor. You can do something really fun, something different. The best way to start, you can start with a real wreath that you can pick up at a greenery or a florist, or you can start with something like an artificial wreath.
Right.
They're beautiful, just hang up on their own, but it's always nice to add something to make it custom to your decor.
You've added some bling, Tracy.
I've added a little bit of bling. Christmas is a good time for bling. So the first thing you want to do is the wreaths out of the box, they're very flat and smushed, so you really want to shape them, spread out all the branches on their own.
That way they look alive.
They look more full. Then you can start to add some picks and sprays. So again, you want to just shape them. And then I always like to tuck them in. So you'll see that I've just kind of tucked them in amongst the branches. It's a little bit more natural than just kind of shoving them in. You want to make sure that you aim for something that's pretty symmetrical, spread everything out evenly. But I always like to do something a little bit different. So I'll sometimes fan it up from the side or maybe up from the center, as opposed to the traditional way of doing it down from the top.
And when you say tuck them in, I noticed that you're really making sure they're in there.
In there.
Things don't come out.
Yes.
And you're putting them in between things, right?
Yes. And you can wrap the branches around it. And then another great thing that you can do.
That's a good idea.
You can wire them in, but I always like to use ornament hooks. Everyone has a lot of ornament hooks lying around. They're usually green, so they blend in really nicely, and then you don't have to worry about cutting, so it makes it a little bit faster and easier for you.
Perfect.
Then what I like to do is add some Christmas decor. So you can add some little ornaments. So these little birch snowflakes are really fun. We're really loving this whole Nordic trend. So these are great to just kind of tuck in. They have a string on them. You can wrap that around and hot glue it if you want, or again, you can just wire them in. So I usually start by just playing around with it, figuring out the composition that I like, and then once I'm happy with it, I'll go back in and I'll wire everything into place or glue it as well.
And you know what, Tracy, I like how full this is looking, and I'm also noticing that you're keeping a certain color scheme going here.
Yes, but it's always nice to add something for pop.
Yes.
So we love these little owls. These are really cute. So we might just tuck these little brush owls in. Again, they'd be easy to just quickly glue in. Or you can add something different for contrast. This is really cute, the little hard feathers. So these are just fun to add in, and then I would add my bow after that. And again, I've gone for something a little bit different. Instead of coming down, I've done it up from the side, almost like a little corsage on your wreath. I think it's really sweet.
And great for families as well.
It is.
If you want to do a little project, right? With families, it's fantastic.
If you want to change it up, take everything out, and you can do something fresh again next year.
You know what? That's a good idea. Let's move on this way. And you can show us, because it becomes maybe a bit of a daunting task for people to put their own wreaths together, right? Which is why they might just go buy something and do what you did just there. But you're here to show us that it's not so difficult.
It's not. So this is one of my favorite projects that I think I'm going to be making with my kids at home. So what we've done is we've created this little marquee C sign, a little monogram. So monograms are really big. We're still seeing a lot of really customized things. You could even add this to a wreath. You could glue it in or wire it. And then what we've done is we've cut out a C shape. I cut it from foam core, but you can also pick up a pre-made monogram shape.
I love this monogram idea.
I love this idea. And then you can glue all these little ornaments in. So we have it from Canadian Tire. We have these little ornaments that are already ready to go out of a box. Or you can buy some of these little clusters. Easily just take your wire cutters and snip off the little wires. These little clusters are sometimes you can just pull them off. You give them a twist. So these little clusters are good. You can also tuck these into wreaths, but we're using them here to put around our ornament. And then what I'll do is I'll just take a little bit of hot glue and I'll glue them around. So you can see I started by going around the outside and then I added a little bit more. And then once you're done, to make it really fun, because I love the idea of marquee, is we have this tape light. So this is an LED light. It's a little tape string that, again, you can just glue it around, or I've even used little straight pins, just what you would use for sewing, to put these around.
And then it lights up.
And it lights up, and I love even the cord trailing at the end. These are also great for wreaths because you can cut them to the length you need. So if you're putting them into your wreath and you're all done and you don't need to have any more of it, you can actually just cut the ends of it and it'll still work.
Oh, Tracy, great idea. Great ideas, both of them. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.